I just had to let you know.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second and very short, Rosen. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down.
Middle. Monday.
Here we go on fourth down with Rosen. He's got his man. It's Williams. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 20.
Hey, pick your game up. Hey, switch gears.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Motion, ball.
Okay.
This is Hunt. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check.
Okay.
Check.
2 for 1. Okay.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
I'm coming. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go.
Throwing on third. Gone. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big time.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-zip. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Let's go.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's gone. And his throw here's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Shell. Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Hey, Shell. Hey, Delta.
Get him.
Goff now looks to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
On 2nd down now. It's Williams, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now it's Rosen, and he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They go play action. It's Rosen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. That'll be a gain of 16. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Williams. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, wahoo!
Rosen will throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And now it's Rosen looking. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here we go. Check 15, check 15.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Here goes tonight. 120. Horrible. Kill.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Undercrush. 2 for 1. General West.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Raekwon McMillan able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. They run for it with Hunt, and he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch. Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown. Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's gone. They'll roll him out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They give it to Williams, running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Foxtrot. Hey, watch your leg. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go, 58 is the mic.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offense...
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach?
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run with Edwards. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They run once more with Edwards. Minkah Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down, gone. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Steps away to his left. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
14.
Here's Hunt. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A rough go there on 3rd down. A loss of 4. They're going to go for it. It's gone. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession, though.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Christian Wilkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Goff. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking win call.
58. Hug. You.
Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Hey, by 52.
After the interception, here's Goff. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Credit the sack to the safety, Rashad Jones. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Goff gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Goff. And he's got Rodgers. It's a foot race. 30. The 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Chester Rogers, 81 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that'll make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. To throw is Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Goff on first down. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch. Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Goff throwing again. Buying time to his left. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Charles Harris able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Goff. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. So Goff will lead his guys up to the line to go for the 2-point conversion.
Trips over here. There's overload. Horrible. 16. Watch 16. He likes to go for the sideline. Right.
Out of the gun. Goff. Dancing to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now Rosen. Man open left side. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Mike. Hug. Check 59, Mike.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He finds Riddick complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Let's go. It's serious right here. We got to stand there on that. SOS. Hey, exit. SOS. 59's Mike. Check. 59. I got one. Mike's 50.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Rosen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation, because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darius Leonard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Mike 58 right there.
5.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Oh, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 35. Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter play. Now Rosen looking to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Rosen to throw. The completion to Riddle. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. One last throw here for Goff. His pass caught at the 4. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3.